I wanted to jump on here real quick and show everybody Bluetti that I bought. I guess as they pronounce it, Bluetti or something. Chinese model, I guess. But I will say, no one has really said much about how strong these things are. And I'll tell you, this thing fell from 2 feet off of a waterbed. It was kind of, had it towards the end there and tried to be as gentle as I could. And I put it on the wrong side and I tried to get it up near the window so I could use my solar panels here. And I wanted to basically tell everyone something really important. These things are $1,700, but you can get them on payments. So that's what I did. Went to the Bluetti site or whatever they want to call it, and they said, well, we can't approve you for financing on this. However, PayPal did. So it's like 24 payments, maybe $300 in interest or something like that. But if you're trying to build your credit, it's a good thing to do anyway. This is a lot cheaper, still cheaper, even with the interest and everything. It's cheaper than a generator because they're like, 5,000 watts peak or 5,500 watts peak. You can choose many different ones, 4,500, 3,500 watts peak. So I know 3,500 will power mainly anything that you need in a barn, or like it'll run a heater, things like that. So here's the setup I have. It's a ACP 200. It's basically about 2 years old. I've made 6 payments on it. It works really well, really strong. I was really surprised it didn't crack the screen or something. And here is the solar panel setup that I have. Bought this on payments as well. Made 3 payments on it, make my 4th payment. Basically you pay every 2 weeks. So here, it's a nice solar panel setup. WT Farm Girl covers this on her channel. So here what we have is just a real basic setup. You probably hear I've got a radio alarm clock plugged in, but of course I can't play music because of the copyright stuff, copyright laws. So this thing is on. You hear static. I guess the clock is busted, so that's probably why they sold it or gave it to the flea market or whatever. I picked it up for $2. Figured everything was hooked up right, but if not, the worst I do is I fry a $2 alarm clock. So it doesn't have a battery in it, but it does work. So there that is. And people are like, hey, Will, why do you got 7 vehicles? Well, there's one. It runs, it moves. We're working on it. I'm putting the brakes on her. I think this is going to be the first intro video for my second channel I'm going to start, because I think how this works is, I know a lot of folks talk about algorithm, but some of the most successful YouTubers, they have 2 channels, and they mention the other channel, and you get 30 to 50 subscribers, start a second channel. I think that's how that works. So I may be onto something. Tell me if I'm wrong. So you've seen my setup. Like I say, this is down to like 1%, and it's charging off solar panels. At 1%, still powering a alarm clock very well. Probably would also power anything else I wanted. It probably would charge my phone, just as long as I have sun and solar. Wrangler Star covers and EcoFlow. So I don't know, I may be jumping on the bandwagon a little late, but I don't know. I figured it's worth a try, but I just want to tell everybody, this is a durable, don't be afraid of these, because folks, this is very tough. Like I say, it fell 2 feet, and you heard, it didn't crack the case, nothing, but you heard it hit. There was just padding and kind of a little bit of a bedspread laying on the ground, and that may have saved it. I don't know, maybe not, but nothing broke, nothing cracked. The screen is fine. I'll show you the screen. I don't think I've shown you that yet, but just not a crack in the screen. Got everything you need for an RV, and the neighbors don't have to listen to whom whom whum whum from 4-cycle engine or whatever. I just know that much, but I'm not a small engine man by any means. I do this, so this and anything over 4,000 pounds is what I work on. So really durable unit. I actually considered the EcoFlow, or the River, I think is another one, Blue River or something like that, but you can Google search them, battery backups or whatever. But this is, I like this better than the Jackery myself. It's good for my needs. So just choose, I mean, it's 2,000 watts peak, so I could buy another one if I wanted to, but then I'd be getting into the price of, may as well buy a generator, but like I said, no one wants to listen to an engine. So that is the Bluetti. Like I said, it's a couple years old. Somewhere's on here is probably the model. Fan to cool it, which I don't believe the Jackery has. The EcoFlow may have that, I don't know. I don't know if English Star covered that or not. So Bluetti power station. So Google power station if you're interested in one of these, and you see AC 200p, and then you just search AC 200p solar panels. So I think that might do it. I'm picking up a little bit of signal. Apologize for that. Hope YouTube doesn't have any problems with that. You can probably hear the buzz or the hum or whatever over the anything that could have possibly played, but I can edit that out, whatever. So might be a bit before you see this video. I'll put links in if I can. I'd really like to try to help people save some money, because I'm another one that's tired of being extorted, tired of my vehicles being extorted. We want to start up your YouTube channel and join the cause. I encourage it, because that I know of, I think there's only two of us right now. There's myself and Wrangler Star. I'll get into doing some specials on one of the channels, but right now, I thank everyone for watching. I'm so glad to be able to use my power tools and everything. Over the last project that I did, I thought, well, I'm sure my neighbors are getting tired of listening to air compressors and generators and everything else, so this is one less thing they're gonna have to listen to. And I might get a compressor that, you know, with like a 30-gallon tank or something that may only call on like once a week, but one step at a time. For right now, unfortunately, being them just starting up, I have to use like a 5-horse 2-gallon pancake compressor by Bostitch. I'll be videos over Bostitch products, so I don't know. This video mainly is for Bluetti. You know, if they're looking for someone else to sponsor their product, here I am. Yeah, I'll post a link later, and maybe Bluetti picks up on it. I don't know. Just throwing a video or two out there to see what everybody thinks. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. So far, I've heard the pronunciation is Bluetti, but heard the actual manufacturer pronounce it Bluetti, so I guess we're going to go with Bluetti. However, I don't think I mentioned earlier, this takes 16 hours to charge by solar, or about 4 inside house plugged into 110 outlets. So just wanted to get on here real quick. I am out of breath from carrying this heavy thing in this house. That is the only downfall to it. It has no wheels. I may make a little cart for it later or something like that. I could tote it around on a dolly, but I don't want to scratch the finish. So, but thinking of a carpet dolly and some wheels, and maybe mount handles to the wheels, and just do that. And that way I don't have to tote this thing around, because I think it's about 60 pounds would be my guess. You know, so it's heavy. It's not easy to tote around, and man, I am out of breath. So took it from outside, brought it inside so that I could do some work and show you this thing actually charges and all, and it's doing its thing now. Taking about 370 watts. So if you need to charge it indoors, it's not going to chew up a lot of power. So figured I'd cover this. And WT Farm Girl has some great videos showing that she used, I think this or an EcoFlow to do her cabin she built. She said, I think she calls it. And you see this thing charges pretty quickly. It's already up to 3%. I can give you the technical information on it and stuff like that. You know, as I see, we see here it's drawing 370 watts charging. So I've actually used this now all the way down from 100% to 0. So I don't know whose videos might be more extensive on these as far as actual time usage, but I think I covered 3 minutes to 10 minutes of usage, and WT Farm Girl did an intro on it, so this might be a little more in depth. I don't know. but you know, reach out to one of us, you know, whomever you see first. I don't know. So I haven't seen one of these videos populate in quite a while, so I think maybe they've moved on to other things. So I'm kind of excited to possibly be, you know, maybe one of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people that have done a extensive Bluetti video now. So, all right, well, I hope this helps someone. Thanks. Have a good one. I unfortunately now have to go to work.